reaction to Carolina and Nico?
I mean, that was my plan from all along. From the first season, that's what I wanted the fans. That's how I wanted them to react with Nico and Carolina. We weren't quite sure where the writers were going to take them, but I was a huge fan of the comic books, and I knew that all the fans of the comic books also were a fan of Minoru. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how it's been going.
Any interest in going to Klexicon and seeing all of them?
I know. I'm on Twitter and I hear all about Klexicon. I hope I get to go this year. I don't know. Crossing my fingers.
Now, in the comics, Nico's powers are magic-based, but it seemed like they're more kind of technology-based in this version.
Well,
at least from what we saw in the first season.
From the first season, it's definitely more technology-based, science-based. But I don't want to spoil anything for y'all. I'm just going to say that the staff is capable of a lot of things. I think as much as Nico hates to admit it, she's super empathetic as a person. She's gone through a lot, so she understands a lot of emotions that I think most people her age don't quite understand yet. And she's very focused and driven. And I think she's good at kind of listening to everyone and seeing what's the best option, or course to take. Yeah, and I think she's very reluctant in this leader role. She doesn't understand why she has to be the one to, take charge, but she's just a capable leader.
So Nico has like the most, not disdain, but I guess like everyone else is angry at their parents, but Nico, especially her mom,
she hates them.
Yeah, and I guess so. Do you have to balance that revenge versus like personal versus what we're doing for good for the world type thing in the character? Or is it all mixed together?
Yeah, I mean, I think Nico's first priority is to make sure that her and her friends, the other runaways, are safe in safe hands. Her first priority is to make sure that they have shelter, food, and and then everything else comes after that. The pride, her parents. She hates her parents, but at the same time, she doesn't want that to get in the way of keeping her friends safe.
And on that, I guess, we always see her and her mom more, and her and her dad, we don't actually get to see what the fallout was, because that was always like a daddy's girl type thing. Do we explore that a little bit?
We do. I think in season 2 you do get to see more of Nico and Robert's relationship and dynamic. I can't go into too much detail about that, but yeah, you'll have some nice Robert and Nico moments in season 2.
A little earlier you talked about the staff of one can do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as an actress, like, how is it like filming that? I guess
it's not quite as magical as you see on the show. It's a lot of imagining. There's like different. The prop team does an amazing job of creating these different versions of the staff. There's like short versions of the staff, some light up and some don't, and then there's extended versions, and then there's also the lighter versions that will make it easier for me to fight with and play with. It's interesting. It's kind of like a lot of like you say your spell, you pause, and then there's someone from props switching out the short staff with a long one, and then you pretend that you just did the spell. It's kind of a lot of that.
We see more of Nico and Alex's friendship in season 2 after maybe getting over some of the awkwardness there at the end of season 1.
I think, Nico and Alex are pretty much forced to work together as a team to be both leaders of the group. So they have to share some tasks with each other. They gotta work together. So yeah, you do see them sort of. I don't want to say it. I can't. I keep trying to tell everybody the whole season, and I shouldn't.
Go ahead. We'll cut this.
But yeah, Nico and Alex, there's still love in their hearts for each other.
You guys, I'm so sorry. I gotta pull her.
Thank you.